Yeah, it was 18-8, wasn't it?
20. Well, it was like 22.
Was it 24-8 or something like that? Must have scored again. Is Bob.
Why does it say kickoff also just first?
I knew I should have come in at noon to make sure we're ready by 6. I should have come in at noon to make sure we're ready by 6.
Try the other mic ones just to double check.
Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. Can you hear? I'll turn me down. Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Is he a little?
It's really delayed.
Is it?
I can.
1 2 3 1 2. It is. I'll turn me down.
That was your Premiere mic.
1 2 3 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Is he a little? And this is his.
I'm turning it way up because that. No.
Well, he's about at where we'll be at on the radio. So is that about set? Yeah, those look okay as long as we aren't pegging her out too much. Yeah, if we peg her out, that's okay. We're gonna do it all.
I'll have to mute it still. Mute it still though. I'm gonna leave it muted. That's the mute, so we're off mute.
2025 opening home game for the Thief River Falls Prowler football team. The Prowlers looking to get into the win column. They took it on the chin last week against Dilworth Glendon Felton 28-7, while their opponent, the Pillager Huskies, were up in Warroad, defeating the Warroad Warriors by a score of 45-20. Pillager, they come out of Section 6 AA. We should have a good one here. And joining me in the booth this evening, and of course with the Touchdown Club bringing us our video throughout the season. And we will say good evening to Shane Zutz. And Shane, welcome to the broadcast booth. You've done a lot of coaching. You've done a lot of umping, refereeing. You've been a principal. You've been everywhere, but you get to do some football here tonight.
Yeah, no, looking forward to it. The Touchdown Club does a tremendous job in supporting the program and the kids, and so I'm looking forward to to the game tonight. And Leah spent a lot of time listening to you, so now I get to sit next to you and see if we can't figure this out tonight, and hopefully a Prowler victory tonight.
We actually have a really nice night for football here tonight. It's the 0-1 Thief River Falls Prowlers taking on the 1-0 Pillager Huskies. We'll get right into our starting lineup as we are running short of time, and we're going to run this right into our ball game. But our starting lineups are brought to you by our good friends at Falls Towing. And we will take a look at the starting offense for the Pillager Huskies. They'll look like this. On the offensive line will be freshman. That is their center, number 65, Bryce Rowan. And the guards, one will be a senior in Landon Albertson. The other guard on the offensive line will be the two tackles will be Lucas Hoagland and Earl Brown. They're both seniors. Their wide receivers, one will be a junior in Thomas Nigler, and the other wide receiver will be senior Gabriel Parrish. The wingbacks will be a senior in Tyson Decker and a senior Gabriel Parrish. And the quarterback is senior Grant Brimsley. The Pillager Huskies, their head coach, Paul Clark. His assistant coaches are Ben Horn, Eric Thornhill, and Chris Kampler. And we don't know a lot about Pillager, but they've got always have a good football team. I believe they had just a couple losses last year and looking to do the same this season.
Yeah, when I was talking, I saw Nathan Ruby this morning and also talked to Kurt a little bit as well, kind of in prep for this, Lee. I asked him, what are they going to try to do, Nathan, against your offense? And they're going to come in a 4-4 to start with, cover 3, and they'll roll back to a cover 4. So, Nathan said they want to control the ball on the offensive end and limit their mistakes. And, Lee, it'll be really interesting. The wind here at the MEC, as usual, is going to come into play. So it'll be really interesting for the Prowlers. They got the big kid that's going to NDSU for sure. And, Coach Clark from Pillager, as we were talking pregame, his brother John's in Monoman, and that run, and their dad, John Sr., was a head coach in Waban for all those years as well. And I think he coached with both of his boys. So, yeah, we definitely up against a pretty formidable opponent here tonight.
All right, that's the starting lineup for the Pillager Huskies. We'll take a look at the starting offense for your Thief River Falls Prowlers right after this from Falls Towing in Thief River Falls.
Minnesota weather can be unpredictable. However, your towing service and mechanic shouldn't be. Falls Towing.
And they will start off this way. Starting at center will be junior Chandler Prame. The two guards for the Prowlers, both seniors. They are Braden Thompson and Tegan Severson. The two ends, or excuse me, the two tackles. One is a junior, Brody Arlt, and the other is a senior in Joey Brueggemann. The Prowler two wide receivers, one is senior Tucker Grinlin, and the other is junior Hudson Hall. The Prowlers will run with three backs. The running backs for the Prowlers, one will be Wyatt Nelson. The other running back will be junior Spencer Anderson. And the quarterback for the Prowlers, once again, will be a Bridger Wilcox. Fullback, I forgot to mention Clay Nelson, who had a very impressive game last week against Dilworth Clinton Felton. He gets to start at fullback, and he is a junior, and not a lot that went right for the Prowlers offensively last week. They'll look to change that this week. That's a look at their starting lineups, brought to you by Falls Towing. Our opening kickoff football game coming up on Thief River Falls Radio Sports. The Prowlers entertaining the Pillager Huskies. We'll be back with the opening kickoff right after this. Bringing Prowler football on this sunshiny Friday night. Lee Generics along with Shane Zooks as the Thief River Falls Prowlers will open up the home season as they will take on the Pillager Huskies. Shane, as we come out to the field this afternoon, a little bit windy, but we got some sunshine. We got a big crowd, and we see some good football this evening.
Yeah, the field's in great shape. Larissa and the band did a great job of kicking us off with the national anthem, and I think sometimes we forget to thank all those that make these events happen, all the way from the people that take care of the grounds and our athletic director and trainers and all the folks. So it's just a beautiful night. Lee, I don't know. You played a lot of sports in your day as well. Is there anything better than a Friday night? It doesn't matter what sport you play or not. So it's really fun. So it's just a great atmosphere for everybody.
Is brought to you by your good friends at Pomp's Tire Service of Thief River Falls, located on South Main. Whole line of passenger and light truck and farm tires with in-shop tire service and mobile tire service available. Pomp's Tire Service brings you our opening kickoff. Give a call at 218-681-2656. Prowlers dressed in their home blue jerseys, the black pants. And the gold helmets, the Pillager Huskies, they are dressed with their maroon pants, the white tops with the maroon numerals, and also the lettering on their uniforms. Game time temperature 55 degrees. Again, our wind will be out of the northwest at about 15 to 20 miles per hour. So if you're going from north to south here at Swenson Field, that would be left to right, of course. You're going to probably want to do all your passing that way.
Yeah, it'll be interestingly, won't it, the approach that the teams take, and sometimes they'll go the opposite route and they'll go for a big play early, thinking that they're going to keep it tight and run the football. So it'll be fun to see how the Prowlers come out here to start the game.
He would be the starting fullback, but taking his spot and doing a great job last week with junior Clay Nelson. We'll have to see if the Prowlers can move the football this evening against the Huskies of Pillager. We talk about everything. Let's talk about the field. Swenson Field is always kept in pristine condition. We have a beautiful football field here in Thief River Falls, and it's in great shape.
Yeah, I think that rain the other night, that was probably really helpful, wasn't it,
Mhm.
Lee? I know Shannon and the crew take care in our with the college, and then also our grounds team here at Thief River Falls Public Schools. They do a great job kind of with the facility here.
Pillager won our coin toss, and they deferred, so they will kick off here in the first quarter of play. As you listen on your radio in the first, Thief River Falls will be going right to left. The Huskies will be kicking it off left to right. And they get ready to go back and kick the ball. The kicker is senior Gabriel Parrish. Is back deep for the Prowlers will be Tucker Grinland, who have the big touchdown run off the kickoff last week, the only offense the Prowlers got. And we are underway, and it's going to be taken. No, Grindeland lets it go back into the end zone. So the Prowlers will take over 1st and 10. And here come the Prowler offense for their first drive of the night. Again, for the Prowlers on the offensive line, Chandler Preem is at center. The two guards are Braden Thompson and Tegan Severson. The tackles are Joey Brueggemann and Brody Arlt. A couple wide receivers in Hudson Hall, along with Tucker Grenlin. As the Prowlers come out, Bridger Wilcox at quarterback. There's a snap. He'll keep it himself. Cuts back to the inside. Now finds some running room. Did he fumble the football? I believe he did. He had picked up about 4 or 5 yards.
All right, 2nd down. Good. We got it back.
Trying to see who was on the bottom of that pile.
Looked like Grinland, wasn't it?
Grinland ended up picking up the fumble, and Prowlers will keep possession. That was a decent run of 5 yards. Wilcox cut back to the inside and picked up some good yardage on 1st down. So it'll be 2nd down and 5. Prowlers have it at their own 25-yard line. Shotgun formation, pitch out to the right side, trying to cut back in and not able to get much there. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage on the far side. I believe that was Nelson on the carry for the Prowlers. He'll actually pick up about a yard, and that'll leave 3rd down and 4 for Thief River Falls. Opening drive here in the first quarter of play. Wide outs left and right, wing back to the right side. Now here's a handoff to the left and trying to push himself ahead. I believe that was fullback Clay Nelson.
The 1st down here, Lee, would have been good just to gain some room on field position as we go into the wind. So this is going to be a tough punt for the Prowlers.
Short. It was a gain of about a yard. They'll bring up 4th down and 3. I believe that's Bridger Wilcox back to punt. He did the punting last week for the Prowlers, and he'll be punting from his own 15. There's a snap. It's high. He gets the kick away. Line drive kick, bounces at the 46. Will roll inside the Husky 40 down at about the 39. It'll be a 33-yard punt for Bridger Wilcox. And the Pillager Huskies will come out on offense. No score. We're just underway here from Swenson Field. We get to see the Prowler defense, who played well last week. And they just couldn't get that big stop.
Yeah, it was 14-7 at half, and they a couple times in the second half, to your point, couldn't get that big stop.
And picking up a couple of yards on that run. And that was number 30, the fullback, Peyton Reardon.
I think that was Hudson Browson on the tackle. He kind of flew in over the top of one of his own guys as well.
This week they were flying all over. That defensive line for the Prowlers is big and very athletic. Gain of just 2. There's the snap, Grimsley. And he will keep the ball and get it across the 45 out to the 47-yard line. About 5 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3. They need to get to midfield for the first down, so the Prowlers looking for a stop here. Wide outs left and right. Couple of wingbacks and the fullback. Here's Grimsley looking to pass downfield, and he overthrows his intended target down the left sidelines was Gabriel Parrish, but he overthrew him. And the Huskies will come out with a 4th down and 3. We'll have to see.
Wilcox and Winter on the coverage there, the fake to the fullback, and I think everybody did a good job of not biting too much and allowing us to, keep that coverage pretty tight in that formation.
Looks like the Huskies are going to go for it as Grimsley, the quarterback, will get under center. 4th and 3. There's a snap. Handoff, gives it off to his big fullback. They get the first down and more. Down to the Prowler 45.
Reardon gets a first down. He's limping off there, Lee, on the side now, heading over.
So a gain of 7 yards after that. The ball now sitting at the Prowlers 45-yard line. Grimsley, the quarterback, takes a snap, keeps it himself. The quarterback keeper gets into the secondary all the way down the field inside the 20. 25-yard run by the quarterback, Grant Grimsley. And another Pillager first down, and they're deep into Prowler territory. They're going to mark it right at the 20-yard line.
Lee, on those fakes, when he's doing that 2 keepers, he comes right off the, kind of the backside of his tackles really tight. It's kind of hard to pick up. That's what happened there. He had that quick fake, but they couldn't see him, and he went right off the tackle for that run.
Wide out to the near side, man in motion to the right. They'll pitch it out to the right side. A lot of running room. Cutting back to the inside. 10-5 touchdown. 20-yard. Possession will go in for the touchdown. And they'll look to kick the extra point. Number 32, Gabriel Parrish. There's a snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it's good. 8:06 left in our first quarter of play. Our score, the Pillager Huskies 7, and the Thief River Falls Prowlers nothing. We'll be back with the Husky kickoff right after this on Thief River Falls Radio Sports.
Attention, Twins.
For the Pillager Huskies. It was Parrish that added the extra point, 7-0. Now Parrish will kick the ball away. It's going to be a line drive kick, and that bounced off the leg of one of the Prowler players, loses it. Far side of the field, the ball is loose. And I did not get an indication. I believe the Prowlers kept the football.
Yeah, they didn't give an indication, but yeah.
That could have been dangerous.
I wonder, I was interested the first time they kicked it to Grinland, it went over, and that one they kind of squibbed it. So I wonder if they're trying to stay away from him, which is probably a smart move, what he did last week.
Will be back just outside their 15-yard line. 1st and 10, shotgun. Wilcox back to pass. Now will keep it. Comes right through the middle and is pulled down back at about the 20-yard line. So pick up about 5. He was looking to the left, but then decided to keep it himself as the pressure started to mount. It'll be a pickup of 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Prowlers. Early here in our first quarter, Pillager has taken a 7-0 lead. Wide outs left and right, wing back to the left. Now they'll shuffle out to the slot position. Again, Wilcox, he's going to have to keep it himself, and this time he is taken down very quickly after a gain of maybe a yard.
With him being in that shotgun formation, Lee, sometimes it looks like he's gaining more yards, but so he did a lot of good dancing to get free, but only ended up with a yard. He's so strong. Hopefully we can get him to that second level with a full head of steam here.
It was nice to see him and both Spencer Anderson come out for football this season.
Yeah.
Great.
Right. When you have athletes, they got to be out on the football team, so it's great to see that.
Green pass, right side, cutting back to the inside and running out of bounds. He's pushed out on the far side. Catch. And it's going to be short by about a couple of yards. So we'll bring up 4th down and 2 for the Prowlers. What do you say, Shane? You got to punt it, don't you?
You have to in this situation. I mean, the field would be really short. It's going to be short as it is, but you got to give your defensive chances. They've been playing pretty well overall.
There's a snap.
A fake.
Shovel it. This is Nelson, and Nelson is going to be short. Well, the Prowlers trying a little bit of trickery there. And the shot is pretty much a shot put pass.
Where did Nelson come from, Lee? I don't know if I saw that. Was he next to?
He was.
Okay.
Yes, he was. So it's a shovel pass.
Yeah, and as that guy is supposed to step up and block and fake that block, right? And then you shed that and try to be open. So I definitely get what they're trying to do there.
Come up short. Pillager will take over with excellent field position at the Prowler 23. There's a snap. Here's Grimsley down the field, has a man open, but overthrows Nagler. Thomas Nagler had beaten the Prowler defender, but it was overthrown, incomplete.
Talked about in the pregame, or Coach Reynolds, talked about big play. This would be a great time for one here. As we get to the end of the quarter, keep it 7-0 and get the ball back. Try to get that win in our favor.
Couple of wideouts to the far side, single wideout on the right. Grimsley under center. And that was an option play. He'll give it off to his big fullback, Tatum Reardon. Reardon will pick up a couple of yards. We'll give him 3 yards on the play. Maybe 4.
Down territory here, I suppose, Lee. And I don't know. I didn't notice before the game if they were kicking a lot of, attempting any field goals or anything, or if they, kick a lot. Some teams just don't tend to do that.
Double wideouts to the left. There's a snap. And Grimsley is going to keep the ball, and he's taken down
Nice play.
hard.
Yeah, great play by 54.
So we'll bring up 4th down and 8. As we said, Pillager pretty much in 4-down territory. But before we get a play, we're going to have a timeout. Timeout taken by the Pillager Huskies. Our timeout's brought to you by Earl's Market. Earl's Market, 8th and Main, Thief River Falls. We're back to Swenson Field with our 4th down play right after this. On the Huskies. Pillager. Pillager is faced with a 4th and 8. And they are at the Prowler 20-yard line. And they will be going for it. Grimsley under center. And now he'll keep it. He's got running room for the left side. He's got the 1st down and more. Big 4th.
Lee, when he's getting those, did you notice there they went from, they took their 2 of their wide receivers and essentially brought him in at tight end, and that's when he's been getting those big runs when they're in that 4 wide formation, and he tries to run. I think it takes too long, so they went back to it. He was wide open there.
1st and goal for the Pillager Huskies. Ball is marked at the 3-yard line, and I believe we're going to have our first flag thrown of the football game.
That'll be on us here, Lee, the way it looks.
The encroachment against the Prowlers. While you're at the 3-yard line, you move it half the distance. So it'll be inside the 2. Again, 1st down for Pillager. I wouldn't doubt to see Grimsley just keep it or hand it off to his fullback, and he hands it off to the fullback. Touchdown. Or did Grimsley keep that himself?
I'll be honest with you, it was all a big mess in the middle. I didn't see it.
To the fullback, Tatum Reardon. But Grimsley will get credit for the touchdown. It'll be a 2-yard run. And they will take the extra point, and the kick is up and good, and the Pillager has come out flying here in the 1st. We have 4:04 left in the 1st quarter. Pillager has turned in a couple of offense possessions into touchdowns. They lead the Prowlers 14-0. We'll take a break and back with a kickoff right after this. Prowlers now trailing by a couple of touchdowns here late in the first quarter.
Back in here on
And the Huskies, Gabriel Parrish will kick it away. And that one's going to go all the way into the end zone. And the Prowlers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25 to the 20-yard line. And Shane, you did a lot of officiating. Kicked off and it goes out of bounds. You take it at the 30, correct?
Yeah, it might be different now, Lee. It might be
Yeah,
the 35.
I
I'm
was
not
gonna
sure. I
say,
can't remember, but yeah, there's a crew of us here from Talented for 20 years, but it's been 10 years now. So yeah.
There's a snap. Wilcox will throw a pass and he completed it, but I don't even think they got back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a loss of 3 yards. So the Prowlers will be faced with a 2nd and 13. Ball is back at their own 17. Prowler offense has to get something going. 3 wideouts, shotgun formation. Back to pass again. Wilcox. No, he's going to keep it himself. This time he'll run off the left side, comes to the near side, and will get across the 25 out to about the 26. Correct me wrong, hash mark. 21-yard line. But it was a gain.
Yeah, and I think it was a designed run the way it looked, Lee. It's just taken a little bit too long. And I know last week when I looked at the in the paper, and they recapped the game, those are just those little things as they put in a new offense, that crispness with those fakes and all the things that come with making your offense deceptive. We're just probably a little slower than Coach Ruby'd like on that offensive end.
4, it'll bring up 3rd down and 9. Back to pass. Wilcox throws it downfield, and the ball is knocked away, intended for.
Look, got his hand up. Great play on defense.
Well, again, the Prowlers will end up going 3 and out. They did go for it on 4th down last time. I don't think they'll do it this time. That came up short. As Wilcox is standing back inside his own 10-yard line. And the kick is away. And it'll be at the 47. It'll bounce inside the 45. Takes a Prowler bounce all the way down to the 42. And that's where Pillager will take over after a 37-yard punt from Bridger Wilcox.
So they've been at the 39, the 42, and then
Yeah.
whatever that last drive was, Lee, I can't quite remember the yardage. So
He's
again,
all the way back here. 23.
yeah, something like that. So I mean, the field position here, that's where these first downs, even if we don't score, just to get a couple of first downs to gain some momentum on field position would be key for us.
High formation in the game. Here's a pitch out to the left side.
Nice
Trying to cut
play.
back. Mark it right at the 40-yard line.
Wyatt Nelson came flying in there. Great play.
Bring up 2nd down and 12. Huskies sitting with the ball just inside their own 40-yard line. Under a minute and 45 in time running in our first quarter of play. Handoff to the left side and running through and at the far hash marks just across the 45 out to the 46 with the run.
Now it'll be interesting in this formation now if he does that fake to that fullback from that last play and goes off the tackle, because that's what they've done a couple times. This is a full tight formation though, Lee. So this is now the third look that they've given the Prowlers on defense here, or on their offense, but for our defense to look at.
And they got 6 yards back on that last play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6. Prowlers looking to hold on defense. There's a snap. Again,
Same play.
Down the far sideline and will be pushed out of bounds. Good blocking. They'll get it all the way inside the Prowler 30 down to the 29.
Yeah, that one that was almost telegraphed there a little bit, Lee. We knew it was coming, right, with the play before.
24-yard run.
Same formation. They got that offset wing back, and then they fake to the fullback and let that wing back lead, and he runs right behind them. A little bit of a counter.
Down the Tyson Decker got the carry. It's a gain of 5 yards. Bring up, it's going to be a long 4 yards for 1st down. And that is the last play of our 1st quarter. It's been all Huskies, the Pillager after 1 quarter. Our score, the Pillager Huskies 14 and the Thief River Falls Prowlers nothing. Back to Swenson Field with quarter number 2 right after this on Thief River Falls Radio Sports. Oh, yes.
Too shortly the way it looks.
He had to get across the 20. So it'll bring up 3rd down in less than a yard.
Big 3rd down, but you got to think the Huskies
Pillager.
in 4-down territory. Prowlers.
Already with 5 first downs in the ball game.
So
This is their 3rd possession.
barring a
They've
huge
scored
loss,
20 so far.
see what the play call is.
Man in motion, sends up right up the middle. And they'll get the 1st down and more. And the carry with number 44. That was Trenton Thiesing that got the carry on that one.
Browson on a tackle.
Pillager with that 1st down, now 6 in the ball game. Keeps their drive alive deep in Prowler territory at the 17.
3 wide here again, Lee. So I'll see if they go in the corner with one of these tall guys. No, keeper.
Twists and turns that spin right at the 15-yard line. Probably picked him up another yard. It'll be a gain of 4.
Some big gains, but that's on the Prowler defense doing a good job staying home.
And it'll be 2nd down for Pillager again.
2nd down.
As Coach Reynolds said before the game, Grimsley, he's going to keep the ball most of the time. So they pretty much know what's coming at them, and they're just doing it well. Grimsley under center. Wideouts left and right. And again, here's the shot this time and gets across a 10 inside the 10. Clay Nelson on the stop for the Prowlers. And it'll bring up third down in less than a yard. Prowlers need a stop. Pillager is pretty much just using their playbook and coming right at the Prowlers. Grimsley, the quarterback under center, hands it off right side, plowing his way inside the 6, down to about the 5-yard line.
Thiesing again.
Thiesing, the 5'11" senior, did not get the start, but he's got a couple of carries here.
With the carry there.
And it'll be first down. It'll be first and goal for the Huskies, already up 14-0.
Pillager leading 14-0, and the Prowlers in danger of going out 3 scores here in the first.
So on the first and goal play, they'll send one wide out to the right side, wing back to the right. Grimsley will be under center. Takes the snap. He'll keep it himself, and by design, he'll go in from 5 yards out for the touchdown. Of the game. And like the Prowlers know, they know that it's going to be Grimsley, just what he's going to do with the football, and they just can't get to him.
Yeah, and that one wasn't, it was a fake to the fullback, and then he just turned and headed upfield. So pretty simple there, but.
That's right. On to attempt the extra point. The kick is up, and it is no good. Wide to the left by Gabriel Parrish. Pillager now on 3 offensive possessions has scored 3 touchdowns. Early in the second quarter, or score the Pillager Huskies 20 and the Thief River Falls Prowlers nothing. Back with the Husky kickoff right after this.
Station 59, Highway 59 South, Thief River Falls.
That one for the Prowlers was Wayne Waldall. And the Prowlers will have their best position of the night. It'll be a first and 10 at their own 38.
Lee, this is, we got to put the first quarter behind us, and this is where coaches got to lean in and get kids to believe, put it behind you, and let's start some forward momentum here. Difficult pot.
3 wideouts, slot back to the right side, now in motion. Is Winter, handoff up the middle and getting back the line of scrimmage, but no more. And on the carry for the Prowlers was Clay Nelson. The big guy, 6'6", Earl Brown. And on the tackle for Pillager, no gain. It'll bring up second down and 10.
Lee, I haven't noticed that they're blitzing or if they're just staying with that 4 and the linebackers are filling in behind, but we're just going to have to do a better job up front here and give those guys a little bit more space and time.
We're being pushed back. Here's a blitz. Pitched out to the right side. and back behind the line. Being taken down will be Wyatt. Tyson Decker. And that loss is going to bring it all the way back inside the Prowler 30-yard line, back at the 29.
That's gonna be a loss of 8.
8 yards. On the loss, ball is at the near hash marks. Prowlers faced with a 3rd and long. Wilcox was going to pass. Now he's going to come forward. This kid going where? Fumbles the football. Pillager says they got it, and I believe they do.
Yeah, the officials signaling Pillager football here.
I'm back in the pocket at all.
No, he took off early, so either it broke down. I don't know if it was designed. Maybe it was Lee, right, just to make it a little bit shorter to maybe make for that next play. But
Either way, Pillager will take over after the Prowler fumble. They'll have excellent field position at the Prowler 33. Ball is marked at the far side of the field.
Touchdowns on the day. Tyson Decker with a touchdown.
Grimsley, the quarterback, back to pass in the pocket. Now Motors right throws it down the field, and the pass is intercepted. Intercepted by the Prowlers. Going to bring it back. I believe he was out of bounds when he caught the football. Prowlers can't get a break in it.
no. Well, a nice play by
Yes, it
Grinlin
was.
either way.
2nd and 10. Handoff. Big hole. And pushing his way across the 30 down to about the 26. Trying to see who's going to come up off the bottom of the pile.
I think that was Reardon. He's back in. He was out for a while because they're handing it to 44 Thiesing, and now number 30 is back in.
Reardon will get the carry. It'll be a 6-yard gain. Here's where the Prowlers need to hold them. 3rd down and 4. Ball inside the Prowler 30 at the 27. Grimsley under center takes the snap. He'll keep it himself again. He finds that big hole and gets inside the 20 and mark him up the 19-yard line. And it's going to be a Huskies 1st down again.
Lee, they sold that fake well. We had 3 guys tackle their fullback on that one. Great fake by Grimsley, giving him the space as you pull those linebackers and whoever else, the D-line that came in there and filled.
8 first downs here in the first half for the Pillager of Huskies. They have it 1st and 10. At the Prowler 19, already up 20-0. Off the handoff. This one is fumbled. The Prowlers got on this one.
Prowler football. Good. Let's go.
Coming up off the bottom of the pile was Spencer Anderson. And the Prowlers get maybe that break we've been looking for. Get him a little bit of life. So Pillager with their first turnover of the ball game, and the Prowlers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20. Wilcox running back in to get the play.
Let me get something going now. Let's use this Prowlers and get some momentum.
Wilcox from the shotgun formation, single setback. Now man in motion to the right, ended up right up the middle, and again just stopped right at the line of scrimmage again. That defensive line for the The Pillager Huskies stopping the Prowlers. We'll make it second down at a long 10.
Wade Nelson on the carry.
Blaine Nelson didn't really go anywhere on that one.
Wilcox back in the shotgun.
From the shotgun, Wilcox rolls to his right and again breaks a tackle. Now tries to get away from another one.
Wilcox kind of looks like
Maybe.
Kind of a busted play for Bridger.
Bridger will end up losing a yard. So the Prowlers, after the fumble recovery,
long. Prowler offense still.
now faced with a 3rd down and 11. They need to get to the 30.
Wilcox.
Back to pass. Wilcox throws downfield and the ball is intercepted. Intended for Spence. And that ball's going to be marked right at midfield. Well, he got the pass away. It was intended for Spencer Anderson, but it's intercepted. They're going to mark it at the Pillager 49. So Pillager was had a good field position throughout the ball game so far. We'll start from their own 49-yard line. There's a snap. And handoff to the right side. This is Decker. Decker across the 40 down to the 39. Out of bounds to the far side of the field. Bruce in on the tackle for the Prowlers. They're going to say he's out right at the 40. Now I believe we got an official timeout. Something happened there with the down marker. You can see him. I think one of the chain might have broke.
Yeah, looks like Mr. Hewitt's down there getting it fixed.
But again, Pillager.
Hey, they're quicker than
pounding
us,
the
huh?
Prowlers.
Too. I
Yeah.
mean, Decker that time he got to the corner pretty quick. You know, they're doing a lot of good things, but probably got to respect the fact that they're probably quicker than we are as well. So we're going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Prowlers down 20-0 as we play here in the second quarter with 4:04 left. Now we are ready. New set of downs for Pillager after the first down run. Huskies back up to the football. Wideouts left and right. Single setback. Grimsley Anderson. He's got his man down to the Prowler 25 on the catch by
Char drove Canot down and then just ran a little in on a slant and Grimsley hit him. Probably not the first time they've done that in their
Right.
career.
15 yards on the pass play. 9th first down for Pillager here in the first half. Prowler still looking for their position.
Their center.
Grimsley under center will pitch it out to the left side. Trying to find an opening, but a good job there by the Prowler defense. Spencer Anderson strung it out and able to take out Andrew Brown for a loss of 1.
You know, Lee, if we can hold them here, you know, we'll have went through that second quarter essentially for the most part, you know, at 0-0. We got 3 minutes here, so hopefully we can get a big stop.
3:22 is what shows on the clock.
Grimsley breaks the huddle.
Ball is marked on the near hash marks. Prowlers moved. They got back. Here's a handoff right over the middle and not much there Peyton Reardon got
In on there, and Spencer Anderson again.
will be down in 10
Be in 4-down territory here.
for the Huskies. Prowlers will be back home next week as they will host
Stopping the Prowlers. Prowlers
Warren.
really not threatened to score the football at all here in the first
Here they're going to have to come back against a very good Pillager team.
Dropping
Grimsley back to pass through it. Intercepted. Intercepted. Turning, twisting is Grindelin, and Grindelin will get back.
back drives here for
Doesn't nose for the football, doesn't he, Lee?
Second time tonight, he has intercepted the ball. The first one was called because he had stepped out of bounds. But the Prowlers with the turnover,
yards have been hard to come by against this Husky.
as they get the interception, will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25. Prowlers need something
In the second quarter,
offensively.
it's time for the offense to get something going. Wilcox is
4
inside.
wideouts.
Brings
In motion is
It's Anderson.
Anderson. Here's a throw down the field. He's got Grindelin. It's in. 6 against number 6, and on the coverage was Thomas Nigler.
I think it went off Nigler's fingers, and then it just kind of went through Grinland's hands. But that was a good play. That had some opportunity for us. So that looked good. Clock stopped. We still have all 3 timeouts as well.
Right.
Yeah, so if we can get something going here, maybe we can punch one across with the last couple minutes.
2nd down and 10, facing the Prowlers. Again, 4 wideouts in the ball game. In motion is Nelson. And Wilcox will find an opening across the 30. He's hit hard right at the 30-yard line. Maybe will fall.
Hard.
She would mark it right about the 31.
Minute 53 and counting.
They need to get to the 35. So it'll be 3rd down and 4. 1:45 in time running our first half. 20-0
Wilcox.
is our score. Pitch out. Here's Anderson. Anderson breaks the tackle, breaks it into the clear. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. 9 yards.
He did a great job of keeping his balance there when the big guy tipped his foot and he got his feet back underneath him and kind of outran that last guy. That's a big play on defense for the Prowlers, and then to come back, and now we can go into halftime just down a couple of scores. That's a big shift for us.
So a 69-yard run by Spencer Anderson gets the Prowlers on the board. And the Prowlers will come out to attempt the extra point. They're going to go for 2, and they give it off to Nelson, and Nelson will get into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Good.
And got quicker to get into that second level. So that might be something we can capitalize on further.
26 left in our first half. Our score is now the Pillager Huskies 20, the Prowlers 8. We're back with the Prowler kickoff right after this.
You voted and we're honored. Garden Valley Technologies was named Best of the Northwest in 4 categories.
Stop by one of our offices in Thief River Falls, Rosal, or Greenbush. Northern Ag, protecting your farm from the unexpected. It's what we do.
I believe it was recovered by Pillager. I think it was Elliott. That's a
It's a
recovery.
good look. Wilcox came up like he's going to kick, faked. He brought someone else from the line, and that we were not that close, or excuse me, weren't that far away from getting that football. I may question though, Lee, with the wind at our back and that momentum, why wouldn't we kick it deep and shorten the field? But I also like the idea of being aggressive and teach your kids we're going to go for it here, and so that there's a lot to be said there as well.
Ball 1st and 10 at the 43 and plowing forward and picking up about 3 yards will be Francis Brown. Correct me. That was Trenton Thesian, number 44. Hand off again, right up the middle. And stopped right about at midfield. Again was Thesian. 3rd down and 3 as their no huddle offense comes out, and we got a flag here. I think it was Pillager that jumped. Yep, the Huskies are moving back. So instead of 3rd and 3, so moving Huskies back 5 yards. That'll be 3rd down and 8. Huskies going to take a timeout. On the clock, just 47.9 seconds left. We got a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. Your timeout brought to you by Earl's Market. Earl's Market on 8th and Main, Thief River Falls. We're back to Swenson Field right after this.
Is your money working for you? Do you know what interest rate you are earning on your savings? Border Bank is offering highly competitive CD rates for both 7-month CDs and their 12-month option CD. Don't let your money just sit there. Safely tuck away your hard-earned money at Border Bank in one of the high-yield CDs and watch your money grow. Call or stop in and visit with any of the officers regarding these limited-time special rates. Border Bank, your home for great CD rates. Member FDIC.
Prowlers have just gotten on the board. Pillager back with the football. 1st and 10, make it 3rd and 8 at their own 45-yard line. Man in motion to the left. Back to pass and being rushed and not getting away this time. We got probably a penalty coming up here. Into Bruce, are they going to call him on what is it?
15-yard face mask.
That's a tough one.
That is.
Bruce Adams. It's going to bring it all the way down back across midfield. And down at the 48. So it'll continue to be 3rd down. Now it'll be 3rd down and 1. Erase that last play. Here's the handoff right side and plowing forward across the 45, still on his feet. On the far side of the field was Trenton Thesian. And he'll pick up the 1st down and more. Clock continues to run. No, now it is stops.
Just to set the chains here.
No.
All right, big play by the defense here. 1st down, 36 seconds.
Back to pass. It should have been intercepted by Bridger Wilcox. But he got twisted around.
I've seen Bridger go deep in center field and catch a lot of great balls. He'll want that one back. He'll be the first one to laugh about it too.
He's an excellent center fielder.
Oh man, he is fun to watch out there for sure.
So after the incomplete pass, it'll bring up 2nd and 10 as Grimsley will take the snap. Now we'll pitch it out to the near side. Cutting back across the top. Touchdown. Down the field for the
That's
touchdown.
a 3-yard touchdown run.
Coach Cruz isn't too happy. You know, I think you look when we got around that end, I think we got sucked in and probably didn't, keep our spacing the way we should have on some of the ends, and our linebackers got sucked in. So he wasn't very happy there.
Andrew Brown goes in for Pillager late here in the first half, 43 yards. There's a snap. The kick is up and it's good. And we've also got the flag thrown on the extra point. The kick was good. And I think went against the Prowlers, so they'll slide it.
8 now. As the Prowlers.
Pillager will get ready to kick it off.
Big plays on defense, and then that big 69-yard.
14.3 seconds left until halftime. Pillager will get ready to kick off the ball. They lead it 27-8. And the momentum that the Prowlers have picked up after that run by Spencer, now they give up a long run themselves that kind of put the damper on halftime. As you get a little bit of energy and a little bit of momentum, and it's quickly taken away from you.
Yeah, a tough penalty on the Prowlers. I'm not saying it wasn't a face mask. It's a kid trying to make a play, but that if you hold onto that face mask too long, that gives you that 15-yarder. It's got to kind of touch, and then you can get that 5-yarder, but your hands got to let go. So that was a tough penalty for us.
Just 14.3 seconds left. That penalty on the extra point has been assessed here on the kickoff. And they're going to try for the onside kick. I don't think the Prowlers were ready for that. And he recovered it. I believe Pillager recovered that onside kick, and they did.
With
The
14.3
Prowlers
seconds
were
left.
not ready for that.
No, we weren't. No.
A surprise onside kick from Gabriel Parrish. And of course, they have a good field position after the penalty had been assessed. So they're kicking from the Prowler 45.
They still have a timeout left, Lee? I do too. So they can throw here, probably get 2 shots at the end zone.
I'm missing with a 7.
Coming on the field.
Got to get in there. There you go. There's a snap. And he's going to pitch out the running back. That is Decker once again. And Decker will get out of bounds on the far side of the field at the Prowler 22. And that's going to be good for another first down. 13 first downs for Pillager here in the first half. 8.9 seconds left. I would expect they're going to be throwing it to the end zone. Grimsley under center. Back to pass. It's going to be a screen through the middle, and it is incomplete. Just about intercepted by Hudson Brown. Decker was the intended receiver. And he'll bring up 2nd and 10. And
4.9 lead, just one play left, you think? Or can they finish 2 in here? Probably just one.
5 seconds.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to do. Maybe put. But they've only got a couple guys out wide left and wide right. There's a snap, and they're just going to have it half up the middle. And that's going to end our first half. No, they got a timeout with .6 seconds left.
And there is 0.6.
Oh, he just
left
ran it up the middle.
play.
I really don't understand that.
First half.
That really surprised me. Yeah. You know,
Then they called the timeout with 0.6 seconds left.
because the play before they ran their tight end up at the seam, and I suppose they thought get him down, call a timeout, and get shorten that distance to. And then they came out with a pretty tight formation. They haven't come out with that 4 wide for quite a while.
Play, but that didn't happen. And you can't expect them to get into about a. So here we go.
Turn momentum.
Well, they're
back.
fooling everybody. They're going to try
One
to
right
kick.
here of the Prowlers, very long. And they're going to try a kick.
So this will be Gabriel Parrish into the wind. We'll be kicking it from the 26. There's a snap. The kick is up, and it's no good. It was also short. And that will bring us to the end of the first half of play. At halftime here from Swenson Field,
27.
our score, the Pillager Huskies
Set aside
27,
timeout when we come back.
and the Thief River Falls Prowlers will be back for their halftime report right after this.
I'm Jordan Costas, broker at USA Realty.
And I'm Kermit Jenricks, associate broker at USA Realty.
With rates dropping, now is a great time to buy a home. There is less buyer competition and plenty of homes available for sale.
Let us save you time and stress, help you make the process of buying or selling a home as smooth as possible.
At USA Realty, we're a team of knowledgeable agents that are dedicated to our clients' needs and goals.
Call us at 681-HOME, that's 681-4663, or visit us on Facebook or online at usarealty-mn.com.
517 Diner in Thief River Falls, the newest, most trendy diner in town. Come for the classic breakfast or lunch items. Find something on their drink menu, too. Run through the drive-thru or sit back in the cozy lobby. At 517 Diner, you can choose from creamy milk tea, energizing coffee, hydrating hydrolyte, or fruity smoothie. Try flavors like Thai, coconut, mango, pineapple, honeydew, or papaya, or crystal bubble lineup featuring lychee, taro, rainbow, brown sugar, and cherry blossom. Stop in today. 517 Diner, located in the old Dairy Queen location, Highway 32, Thief River Falls.
Hi, this is Jonathan with Bergstrom Electric in Thief River Falls. Not only do I work for Bergstrom Electric, I am an owner, along with our team of skilled electricians and personnel. We are proud to be an employee-owned company. We've got you covered with Briggs & Stratton standby generators because we believe in keeping your lights on no matter what. At Bergstrom Electric, we're not just here to wire your homes and businesses. We're invested in the community as proud sponsor of local athletics. So give us a call at Bergstrom Electric, 218-681-7422 for any of your electrical needs.
Struggling with joint pain or mobility issues? Riverview Health in Crookston offers expert orthopedic services to help you get back on your feet. Riverview Health's skilled team provides advanced treatments for everything from sports injuries to chronic conditions. With personalized care and state-of-the-art technology, Riverview Health's team is dedicated to improving your quality of life. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Riverview Health today to start your journey to recovery. 218-281-9595.
At Northern Motors in Thief River Falls, their trained body technicians can take care of all of your car and truck needs, from fender benders to gear hits, and all of your truck and car accessories such as running boards and car starters. And Northern Motors will work with both you and your insurance company to make sure that your vehicle is properly repaired and in a timely manner. Stop in today or call for a free estimate at 59 and 1 West or 681-4820. That's Northern Motors in Thief River Falls.
As a farmer, I have thousands of more mouths to feed than the average person. What fuels me to get the job done? The smell of the soil and the hum of the combine. What fuels my equipment? Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, a premium diesel fuel for the most challenging conditions. Better than any formula yet, delivering maximum uptime every time. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, fueled by innovation, powered to perform.
Farmers Union Oil, Cenex, Thief River Falls, and Goodrich.
We've all been there. You have a headache, so you take a couple of those. That pain in your shoulder is back, so you pop a few of these. You've been tossing and turning at night, so you take this. Well, maybe it's time to stop treating symptoms and instead fix the cause of your pain. Hi, I'm Kim Rosendahl, and at Rehab Authority, we can customize your treatment plan based on you. We can help you discover the benefits of physical therapy designed for your pain, and we will help fix the cause, not just treat the symptoms. Schedule your appointment today at rehabauthority.com.
Hi, this is Al from the Black Cat Sports Bar and Grill. If you're a fan of good food, then come see what we have to offer. Our burgers are hand patted daily using fresh, never frozen, top quality ground beef. With 17 different burger options on the menu, and we're sure to find one to please. Don't forget about our fresh, crisp salads or our signature sandwiches either. It's a lineup that can't be beat. That's the Black Cat Sports Bar and Grill, Highway 32 South, Thief River Falls, next to the Grand State Hotel. And remember, we don't do it to be different, we do it to be better.
Hi, this is Matt from Northern State Bank. As a locally owned community bank, Northern State Bank is committed to providing quality financial services and support to this great community. Farm, business, personal, and real estate loans are what we do, and our knowledgeable bankers will make sure that your experience is positive and productive. Call or stop by today at Northern State Bank in Thief River Falls, downtown, or at Hugo's Market, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Along with Shane Zutz, we're at halftime where the Thief River Falls Prowlers trail the Huskies of Pillager by a score of 27-8. And before we get into our halftime summary, Shane, the Prowlers, not a lot on offense once again. They get a big play and that kind of get a little bit of momentum going, but then again, they give up a touchdown late in the first half, and pretty much all the momentum is gone. The only thing we could say is the Prowlers are going to get the football to start off the second half. Been right. The single setback will be Reardon. There's a snap, right side, and this is going to be a pitch out and the fumble, but it's covered back up. Boy, there you go. You know, Shane, you had mentioned we need a turnover. We just about got one there. Tyson Decker.
That would have came if it had bounced up in the air. It might have bounced right into Wilcox's arms, and it would have been off to the races.
So Decker recovers his own fumble.
We've made some adjustments on that, kind of that fullback trap. I don't know what they call that and run in the middle. We've done a better job in the second half here on that so far. Now we'll have to see if we can get these edges.
There's the snap. Hand off, nowhere to go.
Yeah, same. Yeah, just what we just said right there.
Peyton Reardon taken down by the Prowlers right at the line of scrimmage. Leading the way was Tegan Severson. So it'll be fourth down. And again, Pillager in 4-down territory. The ball is sitting at the Prowler 15-yard line. You need to get down to the 6. Back to pass throws, and it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Thomas Nigler. He was overthrown in on the coverage for the Prowlers as Bridger Wilcox. And the Pillager Huskies will turn it over on downs.
I think he had him on the inside. I think that throw was just a little high. The fastball's a little hot there coming in.
Josh Allen throwing the football there. But incomplete pass. Prowlers will take over on downs. But Pillager, they used up a lot of the clock here in the third quarter.
Yeah, here's just like in the first half now when we started the game. We got to get a couple first downs and get some field position.
Trips to the right side. Now moving to the left is Nelson. Here's Wilcox, quarterback option playing again. He's snowed under. Not much gain there. He actually might lose about a yard. Prowlers just can't get that option play going. And they've tried both left and right. But you got to give Pillager a lot of credit the way they have scouted the Prowlers and the way they're getting to the football.
Yeah, and their offense, a couple of the formations are pretty similar too, so then they have that background as well. Trips right again,
yep.
yeah. See,
Trips right.
No, it comes in motion again.
Nelson Bridger throws to the right, and it is incomplete. Boy, it's actually good that Ian Winter did not catch that because he would have been taken down with about an 8-yard loss. So the incomplete pass makes it 3rd down 11 for the Prowlers. The ball is sitting at their own 13 with 5:09 left in the 3rd quarter of play.
I see Wyatt Nelson, like you said, Lee, get involved here. You know, he did a nice job for us last year and quickness, and be nice to see him get involved here a little bit more.
The pass is Wilcox. Now he's going to go to the right. We get a flag thrown behind the play, and those two players got mixed up. Nelson. Wilcox did bring it all the way out to about the 19-yard line. But the flag is going to be called against the Prowlers as a chop block. And that's a big penalty.
Yeah. Decline it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So give the 5 yards to Wilcox. But the Prowlers will be 5 yards short. It's 4th and 5 at their own 19-yard line. Bridger will be standing at his own 5. The snap and the punt is away. Line drive kick. It's taken at the 45 down to the 40 and falling ahead to the 38 on the return was number 13. That's Andrew Parrish. And we got a Prowler down.
Yeah, it was Nelson on the tackle, and I don't know if he got poked in the eye or something like that.
He's down on
because he made the tackle. So I wonder if when he, you know, the runner had his hand out, I'm not sure.
Again, the trainer is going out for the Prowlers. We've got another injury timeout on the far side of the field. We'll take a timeout as well. Timeouts are brought to you by Earl's Market. In Thief River Falls, sandwiches, salads in the cooler. And if you're going to go fishing, they have live bait, minnows, grubs, shiners. And don't forget about that fishing license. Earl's Market brings you our timeout. We'll take a timeout back to Swenson Field right after this.
Hi, this is Jonathan with Bergstrom Electric in Thief River Falls. Not only do I work for Bergstrom Electric, I am an owner, along with our team of skilled electricians and personnel. We are proud to be an employee-owned company. We've got you covered with Briggs & Stratton standby generators because we believe in keeping your lights on no matter what. At Bergstrom Electric, we're not just here to wire your homes and businesses. We're invested in the community as proud sponsor of local athletics. So give us a call at Bergstrom Electric, 218-681-7422 for any of your electrical needs.
Struggling with joint pain or mobility issues? Riverview Health in Crookston offers expert orthopedic services to help you get back on your feet. Riverview Health's skilled team provides advanced treatments for everything from sports injuries to chronic conditions. With personalized care and state-of-the-art technology, Riverview Health's team is dedicated to improving your quality of life. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Riverview Health today to start your journey to recovery. 218-281-9595.
You'll love the courteous and affordable service you get at Northern Motors. When you're looking for quality auto maintenance and repairs, you can always depend on the professional technicians at Northern Motor. From oil changes to powertrain and drivetrain repairs, you can count on the high-quality service from Northern Motors. Give them a call today to schedule an appointment. 681-4820. Northern Motors, 59 and 1 West, Thief River Falls.
Injury timeout here at Swenson Field as they're helping Prowler player Wyatt Nelson off the field. He was in on that stop for the Prowlers. And we go back. We don't want to talk about it, but if you go back last year, he suffered a concussion last year. And we're just hoping that that isn't the case here. So we come back to live action. 1st and 10 for Pillager at the Prowler 37-yard line.
Fumble.
Fumble on the field right.
Nice. Great.
So the Prowler.
Let's go.
You make your breaks. The Prowler defense comes through. And they'll come back out on offense. Let's go, Prowlers. Let's get something going. So the Prowlers back out on offense, 1st and 10 at their own 40. And I believe this might be the best starting position they've had all night.
Yeah, we got a great opportunity here, Lee. There's 4 minutes left in the third quarter. We go down, get the 2 point, down 11. I mean,
we gotta feel fortunate that if we do get that touchdown, we're still in this game.
Hudson Hall split out wide here.
Wide out to the right side. Shotgun back to pass. No, he's going to be taken down. The 35 is Bridger Wilcox.
And they did blitz there, Lee. They sent 2 guys.
On the tackle. Turning around there, number 85. That was Brooks Bratacic.
And now 2nd down and long. That's kind of been the story of this game.
Loss of about 6 on the quarterback sack.
The turnovers that the defense has forced.
Clock continues to run as we're down under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter of play. Wilcox again. Came back in the pocket, but again, he doesn't show that he's going to pass the ball. I wonder if he took that extra second to pump fake the ball, that we might have a little bit better luck.
It's hard to say what was happening there, right, Lee? Because it takes way too long.
And it's happening a lot tonight.
And it's always to the left side, seemingly, too.
Bridger took a hard hit as he came down. Got up limping. He's still on the field as they get the play from the sideline. 3rd down, 15 to go. Wilcox back to pass, throwing downfield, but he overthrew Ian Winter on the far side. Got a flag thrown. It's going to be pass interference, I believe, on the defensive secondary. A little bit of contact there as the pass was thrown. So the Prowlers, with that pass interference, will get the Prowler 1st down, I believe. Well, they haven't moved the chains yet.
Yeah, I was wondering what they're confused there.
There, now the chains have moved. Ball right at midfield. The snap. Here's Bridger straight ahead. And he'll maybe get to the 49 and then taken down there. Again. Pillager just penetrating through that Prowler offensive line. And he has nowhere to go.
The other thing too, Lee, I wonder, if you ask the coaches how much of this offense do they truly have in? Are they still building into some of the? I can ask, next week. I'm not sure about that. Maybe it is all in. Out of this formation, they run those fullback fakes a little bit and ride that fullback. We don't necessarily do that on this triple option, so I'm just wondering if there's some of those things that we just don't have in yet.
2nd down for the Prowlers, back to pass. The throw, and having the pass thrown ahead of him was Hall. He was open at the 40-yard line. Be 3rd down.
See, now that play looks sharp, Lee. His feet were quick. He was set. He missed Hall. Hall was wide open on that.
Yeah,
Hudson made a good dive for it.
So with the incomplete pass, it brings up 3rd down and 10. Ball is right at midfield as we're down to 2:11 left in our 3rd quarter of play. Pillager on top of the Prowlers, 27-8. Shotgun formation. Here's a reverse. Coming across on the outside. This is Grindlin. Getting across the 45 down to the 44-yard line. Matt, you got to say that.
Got to go for it here, don't we, Leo?
Going 7 yards. So Grindlin on the reverse play picks up some good yardage, and the Prowlers will go for it.
Overloaded here on the left side.
Winter in motion. Pitch out back to Winters. He comes back to the nearest side. He's short. Prowlers went for it in 4th down, and Rukacek will pick up the tackle, and the Huskies will take over on downs at their own 43. Prowlers just need some more positive offensive plays just to get any kind of confidence in this offense that they're running.
And if we attempted, I don't think so, but I've figured I better ask. We haven't ran the ball up the middle except for Bridger. Yeah.
A lot there. And in the game and running hard was Elliott. Imdeck will get the carry, picks up about 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd down a yard. First carry for Imdyke. They're getting some different players in there here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd quarter is going to come to end here very quickly. We're down to 40 seconds in time running. Grimsley takes a snap. And that one, the Prowler sniffed that one out. On the big tackle from Pregame.
He's a load in there, Lee. I saw a video that Coach Reynolds posted this summer. He squatted 585 pounds. He's a load in there.
It'll be 3rd down. Now 3.
Looks like they brought their
and before they get the play off, the horn sounds and the whistle blows, and our 3rd quarter has come to an end. So we had a scoreless 3rd here at Swenson Field after 3 quarters of play are scored. The Pillager Huskies 27. The Thief River Falls Prowlers 8.
KKDQ Thief River Falls, a member of the Inkstead, Minnesota Radio Network.
More than we do.
Nobody
Proof.
KKDQ Thief River Falls, a member of the Inkstead, Minnesota Radio Network.
As a farmer, I have thousands of more mouths to feed than the average person. What fuels me to get the job done? The smell of the soil and the hum of the combine. What fuels my equipment? Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, a premium diesel fuel for the most challenging conditions. Better than any formula yet, delivering maximum uptime every time. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, fueled by innovation, powered to perform.
Farmers Union Oil, Cenex, Thief River Falls, and Goodrich.
Jane Sutz along with Lee Generics, where the Prowlers trail the Pillager Huskies as we go to the 4th quarter, 27-8. Pillager is going to be faced with a 3rd down and 3 yards to go. Ball is right at midfield. His quarterback Grimsley under center takes a snap. And he's not going to get it.
He had a hard time pulling that one out there.
Yeah.
And
We'll be at 4th down and 3 as there's no gain on that play. And the Prowlers need a big stop here. Crowd getting into it. 4th and 3 for Pillager. Grimsley takes a snap, hands it off right side, plowing across the 45 down to the 44. And getting the first down is number 9. That is Elliott. Imdyke. That is good for a first down. The Huskies picking up their 16th first down of the ball game.
Beautiful Friday evening here in Beaver.
Again, the Prowlers couldn't get that big stop that they needed. 1st and 10. Early here in the 4th quarter. Here's a handoff again off the left side. They're finding some running room right up the middle. Going forward all the way inside the 30. Imdyke will pick up 13 yards on that run, all the way down to the Prowler 29. Prowlers just have not found an answer here on defense tonight. Wide outs left and right. Wing back to the left and right. Here's a snap handoff right up the middle and getting some more big yardage down to the 21-yard line.
Lee, that's 3 plays and almost 3 first downs. Yeah. And they're not, there's no trickery there. They're just kind of coming right at us. Probably wearing down a little bit here. I would assume they score, Lee. They'll pull their starters and bring the JV guys in.
Of course, we've seen Imdyke a little bit here. He's a strong runner, but we didn't see him until the later part of the 3rd. It's going to be a quarterback keeper and going around the end on the far side of the field all the way down to near the 10-yard line is quarterback Grant Grimsley. Grimsley has scored a couple of touchdowns tonight. One from 5 yards out, another from 2 yards out. Again, the Huskies come from 6 AA, coming off a great season last year where they went 9-2. And again, with a lot of players coming back, they're going to be challenging for that section title again. The snap, Grimsley will hand it off right side. And I think getting down to the 9-yard line was Imdyke. It'll be a gain of 1 yard.
Coach Cruz is subbing some people in at linebacker, shifting some people. I see Waldall in there, Idlebees, Myrie is kind of running back, shifting some guys. Yeah, get some experience. Yep. He's keeping his line the same right now.
2nd down and 9. They still have a chance for a first down if they get inside the 1. Hand off left side this time, getting inside the 5 down to about the 4. And it's Imdyke that has carried almost every play except by that quarterback option play that was run by Grimsley. So the ball get down to the 5-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 4. As I mentioned, they've got a chance to get a first down if they get inside the 1. Wide out, left and right. Grimsley takes the snap. Off Imdyke gets to the end zone, touchdown.
Pick up another touchdown there, but
Imdyke will get the touchdown run from 5 yards out. Why not? He ran the ball all but one play at drive.
To graduation, but still a talented team, but trying to figure some things out. And
And they will look for the extra point try here. We're down to 8:24 left in the fourth quarter, and they're going to go for two. M. will be the single setback. And they hand it off to M. and he'll get in there for the 2-point conversion.
Well, he kind of owned that drive, didn't he, for the most part for the Huskies? Pretty much everything right up the middle.
They've just been throwing it right down the Prowlers' throats, and they haven't found an answer. We're here in the fourth quarter. We'll wait for the Huskies kickoff. Our score, it is the Huskies 35, the Prowlers 8. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
We've all been there. You have a headache, so you take a couple of those. That pain in your shoulder is back, so you pop a few of these. You've been tossing and turning at night, so you take this. Well, maybe it's time to stop treating symptoms and instead fix the cause of your pain. Hi, I'm Kim Rosendahl, and at Rehab Authority, we can customize your treatment plan based on you. We can help you discover the benefits of physical therapy designed for your pain, and we will help fix the cause, not just treat the symptoms. Schedule your appointment today at rehabauthority.com.
Hi, this is Al for the Black Cat Sports Bar and Grill. If you're a fan of good food, then come see what we have to offer. Our burgers are hand patted daily using fresh, never frozen, top quality ground beef. With 17 different burger options on the menu, we're sure to find one to please. Don't forget about our fresh, crisp salads or our signature sandwiches either. It's a lineup that can't be beat. That's the Black Cat Sports Bar and Grill, Highway 32 South, Thief River Falls, next to the Grand State Hotel. And remember, we don't do it to be different, we do it to be better.
The kick is away by Parrish, and 25-30, and will be taken down on the far side of the field at the 33. There's also a penalty flag thrown on the run back. We'll have to see who the guilty party is. It's the Prowlers. It'll be called for holding. Prowlers will bring out their sophomore quarterback, Lane Waldall. Waldall will come in at quarterback. And the Prowlers getting in a lot of their sophomores and guys that have not played a lot in the first three quarters. There's the snap. Waldall will hand it off right up the middle. And it'll be maybe a gain of one, but that's it. Get on the carry for the Prowlers, number 24, Caleb Merkin. Matter of fact, to give Merkins anything on that one. So Merkins will be the setback.
Lee, has our JV team had a game yet?
I believe the JV has had one game.
Okay.
Went around the left side, but lost some yardage.
Gress Ruby's in, Noah Lee.
It'll be third down.
Jesus Aya. Some good experience for these kids here on a Friday night.
They're only sophomores. Some of them are freshmen.
Out there right now for the Prowlers. Some varsity time here with this.
I shouldn't say that. The only freshman we have is our kicker.
Yeah.
Waldall and action play. He'll pitch it out to Merkins, and Merkins broke a couple would-be tackles. Will get back out to the 14. Gustafson will make the tackle. The Prowlers will be forced to punt the ball away.
30 seasons as head coach.
Waldo was a bit lucky there. That one could have
Yeah.
was close to popping through there
Yeah.
and going the other way.
So the Prowlers will punt the ball back over to Pillager. Pillager will be back at home. They've got a big game coming up next week as they play Barnesville. That won't be an easy one. Prowlers will be back here at Swenson Field hosting Warroad. Nice punt by Bridger Wilcox. Takes a Prowler bounce all the way inside the 35 down at the 31.
He caught that one. That was a dandy. Great punt.
Yeah.
I know he had the wind, but you could see when that came off his foot clean, and he got all that one.
Now take the bounce and everything over a 60-yard punt.
Baseball league, we'd call that catching a barrel. So
That's right. That's right.
Except he caught his foot the right way. So good for Bridger.
So I would expect Pillager to start bringing in their they'll bring in some backup players. Their quarterback now, I believe, is going to be number 13, Andrew Parrish. He is number 13. Parrish under center, takes a snap, quick handoff, right side, right up the middle. Pickup of a couple yards, maybe 3.
See Keaton Tillett out there in the just came into the game as well. Tucker Connaught, of course, has played most of the evening out there. Caleb Mauk is out there at safety.
Yeah, the Prowler defensive line, there are a lot of new faces out there right now. Gunnar Mapes. I said that right?
Yep.
Ball game. That's a
And he got the tackle right when you announced him there, Lee. Way to go.
So Mapes with
nice
a
play.
stop.
Nice play.
3 yards to go. Under 5 minutes left in this one. And it's pretty much been all Pillager this evening. Prowlers have not had much offense at all. They need to go back to the drawing board and keep what they're doing, but they just got to get a little bit quicker.
Yeah, I think that's really the key. And with all these honorary coaches here tonight, from Coach Mum and Coach Pete and Charlie and Carter and all these guys, I think they've all, you coach long enough, you have these games, and then you start to doubt yourself. And Kurt believes in what they're doing in the system, and Coach Ruby and Coach Cruz, and stick with it. But the fundamentals are going to be key in an offense like this, because there's a lot of things that I think the NFL makes it look sexy. It's run and gun and throw it all over, but there's a lot of things that happen to make that work, Lee.
4th down, and Pillager going for it, and they'll get it. I don't know if the ball came loose. There was a fumble, and the Prowlers recovered it. I have no idea who picked up that ball. It was just a massive pile on the far side. But the ball came loose underneath, and the Prowlers get it. And the Prowlers will have their best field position of the night. And they'll have it at the 43 of Pillager. Waldall again back at quarterback for the Prowlers. Man in motion to the left. The snap. Waldall will keep it, and he won't get away from the tackler this time. Way back at midfield, making the stop will be Andrew Brown.
So, Lee, there's an example. So, Lane was coming down the line, right? And his pitch guy was even with him. So as Lane was getting tackled, that's an opportunity to pitch the football. So there's an example where the fundamentals, I think, just, again, it's our younger guys here, so not being critical, but just those are those little things where, that's Lane's job is to, engage those guys that come up, but that pitch guy's got to be back and wider to be able, so Lane can dump the ball and we get some positive yardage.
And these guys, they see the big difference between a junior varsity game and a varsity, especially from the opposing teams. I don't care what sport you're in, you go from JV to varsity and you're going to see a big difference. Prowlers will get it back to midfield. It'll be 3rd down and 15.
Gris Ruby on the run there up the middle.
Not been much for the Prowlers to count tonight, that they want to make sure that they keep in the playbook. Prowlers have not had any luck on the outside. This is going to be Waldolf from the left side. He's going to be tripped up at his own 45. They'll mark him down at the 46. And another great defensive play by Pillager. And the Prowlers will have to punt the ball away.
And Leah, I think some of that pause is to draw the defenders upfield a little bit, right? And then step up in. But we're just not able to do that for whatever reason. Because it seems like, to your point earlier tonight, we're pausing on, just lightly, quickly to allow that rush to get, by us or even with us and step in. And we're just, again, hopefully next week we can get that cleaned up against Warroad and get a win.
Looks like the Prowlers are going to go for it. 4th down and a lot. Here's a screen pass, and they'll pick up the pass at midfield on the near side. Waldolf's pass is complete to a number 9. That's senior Noah Lee. Well short of the marker for 1st down. The Prowlers will turn it over, but right now we just got to be happy with some positive yards on certain plays.
Yeah, that was a nice. Lee came from the other side, ran underneath, and Waldolf hung in there because he was getting tackled as he threw the football. So again, good experience for these guys.
Pillager will move the record to 2-0. The Prowlers will drop to 0-2. As I mentioned, Pillager will be back at home on next week as they'll host Barnesville. The Prowlers back here at Swenson Field. They'll play the Warroad Warriors. There's a snap, handoff up the middle, right at midfield. Is a tackle.
Yoder Aiden into the game now, and Jackson Vandestreek as well, and getting some more sophomores in.
Got number 42 in there, but I don't have one on my.
I couldn't see that one either, Lee. And then I see 57 as well at the end here, but I don't know. That's not on our list either.
This will be the last play of the football game. And it's a play right up the middle. And look at this, breaking a couple of tackles all the way down to the Prowler 42. Nice run there by the quarterback, Andrew Parrish. And that'll be good for a 1st down. The Huskies with 19 in the ball game. Boy, I hate to say it, 1st downs here tonight. They're 19-2. Prowlers just couldn't get the offense going. Pillager doesn't have to run another play, and they will take this one here tonight. Your final score from Swenson Field. The Pillager Huskies 35 and the Silver Falls Prowlers. Back with our post-game show right after this.
Hi, this is Beth Nelson, real estate lender at Northern State Bank. We are proud to be your hometown lender and are here to help you with a new home purchase, building your dream home, making improvements to your existing home, or purchasing a lake property. We offer a variety of home loan options, and our knowledgeable mortgage lending team will help you choose the financing that works best for you. Let our local lenders take the stress out of the home financing process. Stop in or call us at 681-4020 to get started. Northern State Bank of Thief River Falls, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Attention Twins fans. Shelburne's Cable will air all of the Twins games this season. If you have a digital box, it'll be on channel 45 and 645 and will load automatically. On your digital TV, it'll be channel 83. Please rescan your TV to load the new channel. Only the game will be on that channel. When the game's not on, the channel will be dark. And Showbirds will be adding the Major League Baseball channel in the very near future. Visit trf.mncable.net for more information. Because life moves fast, you don't have time to be sick. Stop by Hugo's Family Pharmacy in Thief River Falls, your local Health Mart pharmacy, and get your flu and COVID shots now. With a full-service pharmacy, Hugo's Family Pharmacy has everything you need to stay healthy. And did you know that Hugo's Family Pharmacy accepts most insurances? Stop by Hugo's Family Pharmacy in Thief River Falls and experience a pharmacy that cares. Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
Hi, Ryan at Budget. Maytag and Budget will help you stand up to messes with a Maytag brand kitchen suite that's engineered to resist fingerprints so stainless keeps looking stainless. The easy to clean, fingerprint resistant stainless steel finish keeps your kitchen looking as good on the outside as it works on the inside. Delivery, installation, setup, and disposal of your old product and financing all available at Budget. Thief River Falls' oldest appliance dealer, downtown since 1980.
See store for full details and qualified models.
Struggling with knee pain? Discover the breakthrough solution with knee decompression therapy. Our non-invasive treatments target joint pressure, alleviating discomfort and restoring mobility. Join countless satisfied clients. Book your free consultation today and walk into a pain-free future. Call us now at 218-689-5001 because your knees deserve the best.
True North Chiropractic Center, 218-689-5001.
Whatever your repair needs on the farm, on the job site, or in the shop, Northwest Power Systems in Thief River Falls can help. Starters, alternators, and other electrical needs. Hydraulic hoses, connectors, couplers, and fluids. They have it. Parts or repairs, cash or carry, or in-shop maintenance and service. Northwest Power Systems, minimizing your downtime. Northwest Power Systems, located across from the fire hall in Thief River Falls. Call 681-5282. Fall is here, and so are the new arrivals at Purdy's downtown Thief River Falls. From stylish boots and shoes and all the latest fall looks, Purdy's has everything you need to step into the season. Whether you're dressing up, keeping it casual, or just looking for that perfect pair of shoes, you'll find it at Purdy's. Stop in today and check out the fresh styles, great selection, and personal service that you love. At Purdy's, downtown Thief River Falls, where fall fashion begins.
Station 59, located on Highway 59 South in Thief River Falls, across from McDonald's, is your locally owned convenience store and gas station. They take pride in offering a clean store with a friendly and helpful staff. Don't forget to check out their car wash, both self-wash and their touchless car wash that will leave your vehicle sparkling clean. Station 59 is a proud supporter of local athletics. Station 59, Highway 59 South, Thief River Falls.
You voted and we're honored. Garden Valley Technologies was named Best of the Northwest in 4 categories: Best Place to Work Large Business, Best Internet Service Provider, Best Satellite or Cable Provider, and Best Electronics Store. Thank you for your trust and support. We're proud to serve our community and committed to keeping you connected. From all of us at GVT, thank you.
Crowd is filed out. Lee Jenricks along with Shane Zutz, and Shane, big win for Pillager tonight. We knew that they were tough coming in, and they show what they're made of.
Yeah, well, it's like just like we are talking here just a second ago. They lost 2 games last year and only to Staples, and obviously they're a really good football team, and wrestling and all the things the last few years, and they were really sharp though, and Grimsley, their quarterback, we were talking about player of the game. We'll get to that in a minute, but he runs the show really well. And the other thing, Lee, we talked about it in the second quarter, but their quickness, I think, was a little more maybe than we might have thought of in the beginning. They got to some edges pretty quickly, Decker, and then the Brown kid, I think number 34, I can't remember what number he was. He got to the outside on that one and he was gone. Yeah, there was no angles to be taken. So yeah, really good football team, and the coaching staff's got to, they got to keep the spirits up. They got to show some resilience and grittiness for the kids, and football's great and on a high when you win, and then you get, so you carry that, or you get the, kind of the 7-day hangover kind of thing with it. So we're gonna have to get after it here, starting tomorrow with film and Sunday, and then practice on Monday.
Quickly, we'll run down the scoring for you. Tyson Decker got things going for Pillager. Just 3.5 minutes into the first quarter, he would go in from 3 yards out. They would kick the extra point, and the extra point from Gabriel Parrish would be good. And that would make it 7-0. Again in the first quarter, they'd score. Grant Grimsley, the quarterback, would score from 2 yards out. It'd be his first of 2 touchdowns of the night. Again, the extra point from Parrish was good, and that made it 14-0. Grant Grimsley would score again in the second quarter. This one from 5 yards out. And just like that, it was 20-0. The kick this time would be off to the right. No good from Parrish. And it was 20-0 in favor of the Huskies. And the Prowlers then would come up with the biggest play of the night. And of course, it was their biggest play. And Prowlers didn't have a lot to cheer about, but option play, pitch out to the left side. Spencer Anderson got around the end, went 69 yards for the lone touchdown for the Prowlers. Prowlers went for 2 points, and before he got injured, Wyatt Nelson went in for the 2-point conversion, and the Prowlers were on the board. And it was all of a sudden 20-8. Pretty much it had been all Pillager up until that point, but the Prowlers actually got some momentum and got themselves back in the football game.
Yeah, it's that play by Anderson. It again, it was quick, and like we talked about that when Nelson running that one in, and so and I thought the play that they ran to Grinlin. We had that play to Hudson Hall where he was dragging kind of in front. So I think there's things there that the Prowlers are going to just have to make sure that when they get some of that momentum, how do they keep it going? Where do they take chances? Where do they keep it safe? And play the field position game. There's just a lot of those little things. But again, and our coaches, as they work on this offense, it's also how they manage the game within this offense, which is new to them. In the offense we ran before, it was easy.
Right.
So that's not being critical at all the coaches. That's just part of their learning curve as well. And so have all the confidence in the world in those guys to figure it out, and just keep the heads up with the kids and get after it again next week.
Again, 20-8. Prowlers had gotten themselves within 2 touchdowns, but on the very next possession, Pillager would score. Andrew Brown would go in 43 yards for the touchdown, and the kick by Parrish was good. That with just under a minute to go in the first half of play, and at halftime it was 27-8 in favor of the Pillager Huskies. The single and lone touchdown in the second half would come from their junior running back, Elliot Imdyke. Imdyke would score from 5 yards out, and that was in the fourth quarter. And they would get the extra point, 2-point conversion. That would be good as well. And that would make our final score 35-8, the Huskies over the Prowlers. Again, with the win, the Huskies now 2-0 on the season. They'll be at home against Barnesville next week. The Prowlers' next action coming up next Friday back here at Swinson Field when they will host the Warriors. All right, final score 35-8 tonight. Let's get right into our player of the game. Player of the game brought to you by the Rehab Authority and also the Black Cat Sports Bar and Grill of Thief River Falls. And we'll have Shane give us our player of the game right after this from the Rehab Authority.
Time for our player of the game, presented by Rehab Authority Physical Therapy, leaders in rehab of musculoskeletal pain and post-surgical care in Northwest Minnesota. Get back to life with Rehab Authority, and congrats to our player of the game.
Go let you name the player of the game tonight, and who did you think was the best player out of the field?
I think for the Huskies, Grant Grimsley, their quarterback, he was really calm, cool, collected, and like we said at halftime, or you can't remember, maybe the third quarter, he just does not make many mistakes on his reads. Like he leaves that football in the belly of the fullback, and then lets that end get out there, and he just does a really great job. There was only a couple times where I thought when he made that fake and left it in there too long, he'd want it back. But he, you can tell their coach has a ton of trust in him. That's why the ball's in his hands. Like you said, I think leave 50-60% of the time, and just does a really good job. And so I think our player of the game is pretty clear tonight with Grant Grimsley of the Pillager Huskies. So congratulations to him, and great job to the Huskies tonight.
Okay. Grant Grimsley, the Black Cat Rehab Authority player of the game. And one more time, Shane, before we leave, let's take a look at the scoreboard. And game from earlier this afternoon up in Lancaster. And it was Kitson County Central outlasting by a final score of 26-24. Good football game up there in Lancaster. The latest scores we have for you from Goodrich, a halftime score, Fertile Beltrami and Goodrich Grigla are tied 8-8. And another halftime score, Northern Freeze outscoring Winnemac by a score of 31-20. And again, that at halftime. Well, Shane, that's about going to wrap things up here for tonight. I hope you had some fun.
Yeah, no, it was great. I appreciate the opportunity, and I know the Touchdown Club loves to. I think I can't remember if it's Trevor Swanson or Sean Soderberg will be here with you next week.
Yeah.
And so appreciate it, Lee. We'll have to connect again maybe in the basketball season. Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, you bet.
That's going to wrap things up for tonight. I'd like to thank all our very fine sponsors. Without you, our games on Thief River Falls Radio could not be possible. I'd like to also thank the Thief River Falls Touchdown Club. They bring you our video on the internet. Your final score here from Swenson Field tonight, high school football. It was the Pillager Huskies 35, Thief River Falls Prowlers 8. For Thief River Falls Radio Sports, for Shane Zutz, I'm Lee Jenricks. Have yourself a great weekend. Bye-bye, everybody.